Hello there folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome back to the Neil Robertson Pro Career on Snooker 19. Today it's time for part 22 of Season 3 of the series, and for those of you keeping score, it's part 139 of the series overall. And today we play against the Belgian Bullet, Luca Brissell, in the quarterfinal of the D88.com European Masters. Now Brissell is a player that we've got the measure of in the last few matches, despite Brissell beating us quite comprehensively in the first 2 metres we played against him in the Coral World Grand Prix in Season 1 and in the German Masters last 16 in Season 2. We've beaten him on the last 2 occasions. Fair enough, the shootout was a bit of luck, but at the China Open last 16, the last time we played him, we wiped the floor with Luca Brissell, and that would be great to do again today. So let's get straight into it, shall we? Now, had a really good match last time out against Mark Allen. Arguably, the draw should have really been the opposite, if you think about it, but we have drawn Luca Brissell for this quarter-final, ranked 11th in the world. Mark Allen is 3rd in the world, and we beat Mark Allen by 3 frames to nil. That is a match that is well worth watching because Mark Allen was completely off colour. Didn't know what was going on with him, and he only scored maybe 15 points maximum in that entire game. And that continues our streak this tournament. We've played 12 frames, and we've not lost a single one. We've won each of our 4 matches so far against David Lilley, James Cahill, Zhao, I think it was Zhao Xingtong or Yulong, can't remember which one it is, and Mark Allen. We've won them all by 3 frames to nil. So we've got to this stage without conceding a frame, which in my opinion is mighty impressive. And wouldn't it be great to carry that on today? Luca Brissell, a player that we've had the measure of recently, but he could well win this game. So we can't be complacent, we can't go, well, we've played well so far, so we've got a real chance. But that is not a bad chance from the break-off. It's there, good pot. What's the position like? Pretty nice for the black. Can't argue with that. And not bad for this next red. Overdone a little bit, but okay. So it's a good early chance that we're given. And we should get at least 16 points from this. But we're playing well at the moment, and we need to continue that. Because we could very easily be whooped again when we start playing poorly. Because it will happen, inevitably. Just checking this edge red of the pack doesn't go. Does it? It's tough to tell. So I'm just going to open these up, to be honest. Not the most aggressive of splits ever, but hopefully it works nicely. And that is a good split. So, not really bothered about a big 1-4-7 here. Let's just play this one to the middle pocket, then play for the blue. Wouldn't have hit that a little, if anything, but it's okay. We've got plenty of choices after we've played this blue. Looking to probably play the one on the cushion. But this has been a nice start to this match, definitely. This seems an obvious shot to take on, although I did think we were going to go for the one on the cushion. This seems the obvious choice. We've not played that brilliantly, to be honest. It needs to be a lot straighter on the black for me to be happy to play that. So, going for that strategy once again of playing for this one on the cushion. It's a risk, because if we can't get to it this time, we will struggle to get on anything else. But it looks just about okay to me. Yeah, it's on the cushion, that's absolutely fine. But we're off to a good start in this first frame. And it's there. Good pot. And decently positioned for the black here. Just need to be careful we don't make a pig's ear of this. Give Give it a little bit more angle just to give the pocket every chance. Yep, it's there. Nicely straight. Can't argue with that. But we're playing some good snooker at the moment. I think that's been helped by... I've been doing a little bit of practice, which I don't usually do. A little bit of practice actually on Pro Plus during the not the virtual World Championships, but the online tournament that's on the game. Been doing a few live streams on the channel, so I hope you've been enjoying that if you've been checking those out. But they've definitely been helping with my play. There's no doubt about that. But we all know how much of a stickler I am for a blue. A shot that in real life you wouldn't really want to take on, but it's seriously an option in Snooker 19. And realistic or not, you've just got to play to the game sometimes. Play to what you can do. But I think we're probably going to have to look at opening these reds up again in a minute, because there's no obvious opportunity after this black. I thought we were going to be dead straight on this, which worried me a bit. No, we're okay. I just wonder whether we can pop this red to the middle. Just thinking, don't want to take a massive risk. And this should be okay. Not playing it with too much power. Give the pocket a little bit of leeway so we don't undercut it. And that's fine. And that now allows us to screw back potentially for the red to the corner pocket, which we couldn't have done before. That being said, we can't overhit this. That's just about okay. But this has been, once again, a very positive start. Failed to see where we're going to get on a red now, to be honest. So we're just going to have to play into the pack with some pace and hope for the best. Not really worked. Didn't think it would. I mean, this red will go, but it's unbelievably tight, as you can see. Our best chance is just a potential on this red. But it's a bit of a shot to nothing, so it doesn't leave a fat lot on if we miss it. But this is a, yeah, one knew we were going to struggle there. But he's 66 behind with 75 remaining, so it's going to be a good comeback from here. And he's missed the red. Tricky red though, to be fair. And we've dispatched that. Lovely shot. A little bit of a tricky colour. Probably commands the best position out of the lot. But it's a good pink, and it's enough to take us to a snooker's required stage in this first frame. This has been a good start. Luca Brissell not allowed to settle at all. We got the shot straight from the break off, and I've never looked back really since. Good pop. We've overhit that actually, but we can still have a go at this red. Either into the top pocket or... Don't think any of these will go. No. So red into the top pocket. Why not? Bit of good practice. Ooh, unlucky. It was close, but that'll be more than enough to win the first frame. And we take a 1-0 lead. Good start. So continuing that good play that we had in the match against Mark Allen, continue where we left off. This is looking good. The way we're going, this is a tournament we could very well have another good performance in. We win this match, we get into our third consecutive semi-final in a row. I know consecutive and in a row I suppose means the same thing, doesn't it? Oh well. But that, again, is not the best shot from Brissell. Wonder if he covers himself. No, he doesn't. And this tournament as a whole has been a big shock because Mark Allen didn't turn up in the match. So far anyway, Luca Brissell hasn't turned up. It's almost like nobody wants to win this tournament. I wouldn't turn down a cheque for 75k, but there you go. Well, it might just be the fact that we're playing really well. Don't think that's perfect position though, to be quite honest. A little bit dissatisfied there. This is a tricky red. We've got the angles right. Just about. Ooh, that pink won't go, so I'm going to have to go for a bulk colour because I don't really fancy this blue, to be honest. But knowing yellow's not on its spot, we've got a little bit of freedom. And again, another tricky pot, but it should be okay. Use the cannon on the red to slow the cue ball down. Good shot. And the cue ball nicely slowed by that cannon on the red. Can't afford to overhit this. That's okay. As you all know, my break building is a little bit unorthodox, but it's working at the moment. We're on a real good run, and I feel like we shouldn't worry about this necessarily. Shouldn't think, well, our opponent's not turning up. We're just playing really well. We're taking every opportunity we be given so far, and this is really encouraging. This has definitely been a little bit poorer than the previous frame. Just on the fact that we've not really found our feet. And I struggle to see a positional shot we can play here. So I'm going to play a safety. With an idea of getting this behind the yellow. Might not work, but nevertheless we should keep this cue ball fairly safe. No obvious opportunities on. Can we do it? This cue ball is running nicely. And we have. Lovely. Not quite the snooker, but very nearly worked out. And where's this cue ball going? It's okay, and to be fair, that is not a bad shot from Brissell at all. It's a good shot. Looking to play this fin and get it back up to bulk. That's okay. Said we hadn't really found our feet, and just because where all the balls are, it's pink and black are balls we can't really play, so it makes it a little bit awkward if you're just relying on the blue. But this could be good. This could be a good shot. That's a good shot. Slightly under hit, if anything, a little bit harder, and he would have been in for a good snooker there. This could be a good shot. I think somewhere in the middle of those two shots that have just been played by myself and Brissell would be smashing. It's Still no pot on, but he's played a little bit more aggressively here. Needs some cover from the yellow, but he's not going to get it. That got a good trajectory on it. Could well have nestled up behind the yellow, but he couldn't get it. So we get a second chance of the frame. Good shot. Bulk side of the blue, which I'm not really too keen on, particularly in this situation. Need this blue to have the legs. It's going to struggle. I think this has missed, you know. This has missed, hasn't it? Yeah. Well, it was tight, that was, because we needed to play it soft to get position for the red. And I think at that pace of 21.5, it would have just dropped in. But we underhit it slightly, and we pay the price. Bloody hell. Don't know what's happened to these AI players. Really don't. Absolute disaster. I don't even think he was going for a pot there. It just didn't seem like he was. But that looks like it could be a good safety. It's a little bit hard. Always going to be tricky to get it behind that yellow with it being right on the cushion. But nevertheless, it was a good safety shot. And where's this cue ball going? It's okay, it should just better hit the cushion. But there's a chance here. Certainly a shot to nothing on. It's a risk. And it's a risk that doesn't pay off. Where's this red going to land? Luckily, a little bit short of where Luca Brissell would want it. Makes it a little bit awkward to pot, but he's potted it, and that's nice. Oh, he very nearly cannons into that blue and illegally pots it. But this is a chance, albeit a small one, because you've got those 6 reds that are tied up and going to be very tricky to get to. So I think he's just going to go for these 2 loose reds, which makes sense. But neither of us have really been able to do much so far this frame. Certainly been a cagey affair so far. Is he going to try and play into them here? No, just plays it soft. That could have gone very wrong. We've hit that a little bit harder. That's the good thing about Snooker 19. You've got to hit the shot well. Don't just line it up and click X and it works perfectly. Can go awry. I have to say, I would play a safety here. Try and get it potentially behind the yellow or brown. But no, he's just playing the pot and, well, there's no position there, so I wonder why he was... I mean, sure, it's 2 more points, but in the grand scheme of things, it seemed a little bit silly unless he plays a good shot here. I mean, granted, he wasn't going to leave too much on, I suppose. That was one thing about it. But they seem to like the safety, even if I question it a little. What do I know? This could be a good shot. Nice. That blue bean there just limits his options slightly. Going to play thin off the red, but actually he's cannoned into the others. And he's left a tempter. I do fancy this, but I don't know about the position personally. So, I'm not going to take the risk here. I'm going to just play up and down the table. But we've left a chance. Not the easiest pot in the world, but we have left a chance. But now he's just going for the safety. I don't blame him, to be honest. This could be good. This could be good. Not quite. And again, there's a tempter left, but I just don't fancy it. Don't want to give Luca Brissell any chance to get back into this game. And that's a good safety. The two balls that were played there, the one's nestled in behind the pink, the other one is nestled in behind the black. So he's very limited what he can play here. Is he going for a pot? Looks like he is. He's missed it. Don't know if he was playing the pot all there or not. I suppose it was more of a shot to nothing attempt. I think we're going to go for something very similar here. Yep, we've gone for something very similar. And we're okay. It's safe pretty well. This is a good safety battle, this. I wonder what he's playing here. Interesting. Good shot. I mean, look at those 5 reds now. 3 of them are actually potable if you can get into a decent position, but I don't think anybody fancies them particularly. We've moved that red as well. The one that was left. And this is just turning into a massive amount of safety. Someone's going to make quite a big mistake. And that one red has been set free from the pack. And I don't know whether he's covered it or not. Yep, he has. That's an interesting one. We might well hit this red on the way back up. No, we don't, but we've brought the red back up with us. But luckily, that red isn't too bad. That's not going to be really potable. However, the one down the table is, but he's going for this one. Well, and to be fair, he's potted. That's a brilliant pot from Luca Brissell. Wow. 9 times out of 10, you'd think, no, I'm not going for that. No chance. But this is an albeit limited chance for Brissell. He's going to go for the red, I think, here, based on this position between pink and black. Yep, he is. And that just frees things up a bit. Pink and black are now potable. And if he plays this well, he has got a serious chance to bring it back to 1 each. But he's playing the blue. He's got a good pot, though, there. Interesting. Interesting strategy. Just leaving that one red in, suppose in case he makes a mistake, which is smart thinking. That makes a colour potentially tricky here. Ooh. Wasn't the cleanest of pots, but it went. So now pink's back on its spot, black's there as well. Just needs to set these 2 reds free. Needs to get them apart from each other. Which with a shot like that, he ain't going to do. Unless he just chooses, I suppose, to play up to one of these. But he's going to try and pot the pink. I guess it was a bit of a shot to nothing, really. And it was a good snooker in the end. I was hoping that went in some ways. It was a bit of a risk because if it had gone in, it looked like a right pillock. We've got out of it, but we have left him a chance. This could well be 1 each. He's worked hard, to be fair, for this Luca Brissell. I can't see much problem with this. Did worry about that for a little while because it looked like it was just going to nestle up behind the black, but it didn't. And, well, a colour here, it's not going to actually play the black, so the pink will mean we can only come back, well, actually, no, blue means we can only come back to denying with a respot on the black, but this yellow will confirm the frame. And he's worked very hard for this, so he definitely deserves it. Worked very hard for that. We struggled to get into that. We thought, well, it'd be an interesting safety battle here, but we mucked up on 2 accounts, left a chance. And Brissell is the man who is getting the plaudits from that. He's 36 ahead, 18 left, so they'll play a safety here or whatever, but honestly, I'm not bothered. So we'll just concede the frame. He's done well there, Luca Brissell. And that's the first frame we've lost in this whole European Masters. So definitely playing far better than Mark Allen was. I mean, that was a scrappy frame. I don't think Brissell particularly shown his potting quality too much, but definitely his safety qualities. But he's played a Mark Allen-esque break-off here, in that he's just opened these up. And unfortunately for Luca, he's left an opportunity off the break. And that's okay. And hitting the jaw isn't going to turn out too bad there, actually. That's okay. So I'll go for the brown. This is a good chance. We're not too good at those scrappy frames, but we are good when the AI give us a chance. That might hit the red. It's not worked out too badly though, actually. Lined itself up nicely for the black. This is a good opportunity. It's now denying that. A little bit tighter than I'd have liked. And we've overhit that. Ooh. We've mucked that one up. Definitely have. But there's a certain chance here. This is awkward. Very awkward to see whether it goes or not, but I think it's worth a punt. That was close. We were going for the red we're closest to now. We're trying to get position on that, but just out of a bit of cruel fate, we hit the red on the cushion and couldn't get positioned. But that's a good, clever safety shot. Because the red won't pass the green up the top, so might just be time to play into them here. So he's got to play away from there and get it on the cushion. He's only just going to hit the cushion. Goodness me, that was close. Are we going to hit these? I don't think we are. No. Not really giving too much away, though. But, oh, he's going for this red. Well, that seemed a little bit silly. A little bit gung-po as a strategy. And it's, well, that's deserted him. And for once, I agree with the commentator. That really is a shocker. Not going to complain, though. Good opportunity for us. However, what we're going to do is just play this up behind the brown and hopefully it's hit it. Oh, dear. Oh, Jesus. Funnily enough, we've got a good snooker there, but we didn't hit the red. That usually is a helping hand, but he's not put us back and not forced us to continue. Yeah, we wanted to play the snooker. It would be a tough one to get out of, as we evidenced. But we underhit that and actually put ourselves in a snooker. But I think that was probably the best shot to play. Again, if it... Oh, for Christ's sake. This has happened again. It's happened a few times now, this has, with the silly button glitch. But that time it's worked out. Yeah, pull the analog stick back and it just seems to take the shot without you... Well, certainly without you wanting to. Definitely. Gotta be careful here, we don't go in off. And we didn't. But it was never going to leave the cue ball in a nice position. Blue's on now. Another scrappy frame here. But this red could be a chance. Risky pot along the cushion. Oh, that's heartbreaking. So close. We didn't get much luck. It feels like the tides of this match are turning. We've got to be very careful. I mean, on this occasion, to be fair, it hasn't made too much of a difference. But it could have done. He might well go and open up the reds from here, but he's actually going to play the pink, which can't really decipher why. Unless he's going to play straight into the pack. That was a strange shot all round. Absolutely no reason why he played that, unless he's looking to play thin off the red and get a snooker. Not sure, but I surely can't think that would have been his first plan. Bit bewildering. Well, he's got the cue ball safe. But I have to say, I can't see how that would have been his plan. But I've got a bit of a plan. We've overhit it though. That might not work now. No, it's worked just fine. Seemed an open opportunity, that did. He's hit them well. Certainly has left half a chance. We're going to escape right back to the bulk cushion if this goes wrong, but it's in. That's a lovely pot. As I said, he left half a chance and we've taken that half chance and hopefully we can use this as a frame winning chance now. Not potting the pink, so I don't want to put the pink back there at the moment. But this is once again a good opportunity to go and win the frame. Given that we're not quite in squeaky quick clean form now. This match the tides have potentially turned. This could be an important win in this frame. played that well. Good recovery though. Again, can't afford to overhit this. Oh, the well! I wouldn't have thought that. I completely forgot. Brown goes on pink spot because that's the next available spot. Well, that's something that maybe a more seasoned pro than me would clock onto. But I certainly didn't there. Because I was looking for the red on the edge of that pack of 3. And that was definitely possible. But of course not with that brown being there. Completely forgot about that. Complete oversight, must admit. And all of a sudden, Luca Brusselli's starting to pull some good shots out of the bag. Going to be pretty lucky not to hit one of these reds on the way back. And to be fair, we don't. But we have left a chance. A long pot, yes, but it could open up a lot of doors. Yeah, he's going to take it on. Not really a surprise. And as I've said before, this match just feels like it's swinging. It's got that feel about it. Maybe not though. That's all he could get from that. He's missed the blue. And I'll tell you what, we need to run as quick as we can. In metaphorical terms. Just get this frame as quick as we can. I don't think we're going to hit it that hard. Get this frame as quick as we can. That blue was a stinker, but if we don't play our cards right here, he could end up getting away with it. So just 43 left on the table now. Got a lead of 38, so this black will do it. Oh, thank God for that. If Brusel had gone and won that frame, it would have been, I think it would have been huge. Gives him a big chance of potentially knocking us out from there. With 2 frames to go, we lead by 1. We've got a good chance to get into the semis here. Really want some redemption for losing in that China Championship semi-final. I was pretty cut up about that. I think you could tell we've been on such a good run of form. We lost that decider against Ding. I just want some payback for that. So that's why I've tried as hard as we can in this tournament. Not that I don't anyway, but you just give some matches that little bit more edge, a little bit more smart thinking. Little less risky, more risk averse. But whatever happens now, we've got this 3rd frame. That's going to be important in the grand scheme of things. The shot wasn't easy, but I'll tell you what, position would be even better. Not too bad, because it's not right on the cushion, but this is tricky, especially to pop this and get back up to the pink. If this was a decider, I'd be a bit frightened. No, we've missed it purely because of the power. But Brusel will concede from there. We've got a lead of 2 frames to 1. I mean, it's been 40 minutes just for these 3 frames. That second frame definitely lasted a long time with all the safety. And this has been quite a scrappy frame as well. It was only the first frame where we could really get in and get a solid break. But however you do it, whether it's through potting 1 red at a time or getting a 147, a frame is a frame. They're all weighted exactly the same. And we need 1. Luca Brissell needs 2. Oh, I thought he got away with that there. I thought he was going to hit the brown and sneak up behind the yellow, but he's not. He's left us another potential opening chance. We're going to go to the opposite shot that we'd usually go for. And it's there. And that has opened the reds up nicely. Just thought it was a good chance, and it certainly was. As I was saying in the last frame, we've got to be smart about this now. Use this chance, and if it's not a chance to clear everything up, then we play good safety. Let's come around the table and have a look at what we can do. I think 1 shot ahead after the screw back. Yeah, it's fine. A red goes. Just didn't want to be in a situation where we get down there and, oh, nothing goes here. Look like a bit of a pillock then. Couldn't have got straighter on this red. And if we take this opportunity, we can make sure that Luca Brissell's playing his last shot of the game. Every shot is a shot closer. It's a nice position for the blue. Can't argue with that. This is a little bit awkward here because, again, we're not playing shots that are particularly straight, so we've got to wriggle our way out of this area with all the red balls. But we're going to go for a pink here. Pink will go back on its spot, I would say. Shouldn't be a misconception this time, I wouldn't have thought. Yeah, that's fine. We'll polish up on that blue. Do like the blue. Good friend of ours. Get rid of this one up bulk, just in case if it does go belly up, then at least we've got a chance to play a decent safety. But equally, allows us to get back down to the blue later on. What the bloody hell's going on out there? You must think I live on a farm. Luckily the dog's not out today, so none of that. Right. What can we play after this? Not a fat lot is the answer. Gonna leave a little bit of an awkward shot, but it's a potting chance nonetheless. It's not actually as awkward as I thought it would be. It's just thinking that 1 shot ahead and getting position again, which is going to be a little bit awkward. We've managed to split the reds, which is pleasing. Allows a little bit more flexibility. And this blue is a dead cert. Not very often we play these, but seems silly not to. So pink to middle. Again, not the greatest position in the world for it, but I'm fairly confident this should be okay. But this should be the chance we need now. Certainly going after it, ball after ball. And I think Luca Brissell knows it. Not all over yet though. Got to get to the winning post. We're not there yet. Should be a nice break, this should, if we can make the most of it. Just interested about the red, whether it goes to the middle pocket. No, it doesn't. Didn't think it would. So, what can we get in here for? That's the question. Somewhere about there. Okay. Don't think it'll work, but it's worth a go. Didn't think it would work. Yeah, it's not worked out. That's a shame. This red is worth a punt. I think there's a space for it if we play it to the cushion side of the pocket. And it's there. Knew there was a chance. And that was the red we needed. And that should shut the door on Luca Brissell in this frame. Sound like the commentators. Do you want to make this count now, though? This red will go. Worth a little punt. Again, I'd say we're fairly safe in victory now. That's a good pot. No way back for Luca Brissell now. We are through to the semi-final. It was a match with a few more hiccups in than the previous against Mark Allen, but nevertheless we've played well on most accounts. We've overcome our opponent. Would be nice to get that final frame done. Just going to clap every shot we take now, aren't they? This red might not go, you know. Oh, no. Ooh, I think it does just about. Might as well just try and play it soft. Yep, it's dropped. That's okay. It was tight, but it went. Not a single black played this frame. And the final red on this cushion, on the black cushion. It's dropped. Great pot. Excellent pot. Could have done with hitting that a little bit harder to get on the yellow a little bit better, but it's okay. So, yellow and green needed. Going to try and play this off the cushion, back for the green. It's not the best chance for a ton, but it's worth a punt. So this green for the century. It's certainly got the line. Has it got the legs? It has. Ton up. We've got a century. And even though Brassel looks a little bit grumpy over there, I don't think he's going to be too bothered. It's a nice pot on the brown, but we've come way too far down back down the table. But it's worth a punt on the blue. No, I thought it was quite a way off. It doesn't matter though. A break of 104 in the final frame puts us into the European Masters semi-final. So another semi-final, a third consecutive one. We played well there. Nice break for 104 in the final frame, albeit not a full clearance, but still, it's a good break. So who are we to face in the semi-final of this tournament? We know Mark Allen's out, one of the big hitters, so I'd guess it's going to be one of those top 5. I'm not looking at the moment. It's going to be either Selby, Trump, Williams or Higgins. Who's it going to be? It's Willow. Mark Williams. Ooh, interesting. We had a very good meeting the last time we played against Mark Williams. It came down to that decided in the Shanghai Masters semi-final. Interesting. This should be a good match against Willow. And then you would think... it was Yulong who we beat, not Xingtong. You would think that if we get past that, it's obviously not going to be Allen in the final. You would think it's going to be one of Judd Trump or Mark Selby, who seem to be winning every single event under the sun at the moment. But we're into the last 4. 35,000 if we get into the final. I mean, the 17.5 grand won't particularly harm us in our chance to get back up to the top 8. I've said before, 75,000 if we win this tournament could be massive. It doesn't quite, does it? Yeah, it would put us up to 8th place, providing Jack Lazowski has a bit of a stinker of a tournament. But yeah, this is a really good chance for us. We've got Mark Williams in the semis, and then if we get through that, who knows who will await us in the final. But if you're looking forward to that semi-final and have enjoyed today's video, please make sure to leave a like down below, comment your thoughts as well, and subscribe for regular Snooker 19 content on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and on a Sunday at 6 PM British time. Thank you very much for your company. Hope you've enjoyed. Have a good rest of your day. I've been TIJ Gaming, and until the next time, I will see you guys later. Goodbye for now.